Every day, more and more road users are filming their journeys, which can often end in disaster. Pioneered by motorists in Russia and Eastern Europe, dashboard-mounted cameras are constantly recording our behavior on the roads. From the bizarre, to the ridiculous, the funny, to the downright dangerous. The thousands and thousands of dashcams around the world have captured just about every mishap you can think of. Now we're going to delve into this treasure trove of stupidity on the roads. Put things right by pointing the finger of blame. Replay the action to see what really happened. And of course, there's nothing like seeing other people's mistakes when it comes to helping us become better drivers. And please remember, on all the clips, yes, that's all the clips we show, no one, and that means no one, is seriously hurt. So drive safely. Not everyone is this lucky. Still to come on the show, more appalling and abhorrent road use from Russia and Eastern Europe that, had it happened in Britain, would have resulted in the following contraventions of the Highway Code. Article 119. If skidding occurs, remove the cause by releasing the brake pedal fully or easing off the accelerator. Article 124. You must not exceed the maximum speed limits for the road and your vehicle. The one about making sure the road is sufficiently busy before performing any sort of turning maneuver. And from my occasional series on the best parking spots in the UK, remember, size is only a state of mind. If it looks like you'll fit, then you probably will. If you haven't been living under a rock these past few years, you'll know that according to Game of Thrones, winter is coming. Well, let me be the first to say, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Wait, what? Someone already said that. Fine, I'll be the second to say it. Because winter comes every year, and every year it sends road users spinning out of control. How annoyed does it make me? I'll tell you, there's no limit. It was a dark winter's night in the forest. Nigel, I thought the lawyers had agreed that the police report would be kept confidential. It was a different, dark winter's night in the forest, and strange things were afoot. Larder alert! A plucky young larder had taken to the road in search of his fortune in yonder kingdom, when an evil giant felled him with one brutal swipe. Undeterred, he continued towards the golden palace of bejeweled lights, plus dodgy gaming machines and a food court, until again, two evil knights thwarted his way. Onwards he went, riding the hard shoulder towards his fortune, when again a mighty giant blocked his path and sent him plunging towards the dark forest once more. But not all giants proved invincible, and along the road, one was slain by his own hubris in the snows of Mordor. Actually, it was the A69 Brampton bypass. The quest continued. Our hero passed dragons and slayed monsters. Nothing would stand in his path, until he was almost bested by a hobbit too young to know fear. But it wasn't all gloom on the road to destiny. 3 musketeers emerged to throw a protective vanguard ahead of our hero. They lacked fighting skill, but kept spirits high on the snowy wastes. And thus our great hero arrived fairly near the fantasy castle. And with one obstacle left to overcome, he... Oh, for God's sake, I'm not reading any more of this. It's called Car Crash TV, not Lord of the Bleeding Rings.
Yorkshire, famed for its pudding, fights and parking, birthplace of literary greats, the Brontes and Shakespeare.
Possibly not Shakespeare.
Revered for its splendid countryside and home to plain-speaking, straight-talking natives. It's a county that's proud of its people's ability to guide the humble motorised vehicle into a parking space. This is Yorkshire Parking News. Evening, lads and lasses. How's the diddling? We start today's proceedings at this beautifully laid space just outside Rotherham on the A630. A Luton van can be a difficult beast to tame, but this driver has handled the majestic creature magnificently. Grab the tiddlers, folks. They could learn something today. Scunthorpe, resplendent in sunshine. These in for a treat, folks. First, look at the way this fella expertly removes himself from his parking position textbook. But it's two for the price of one in this clip. Up ahead, these two blokes, pleased as punch with their purchases, can't wait to get home and share the good news with their women folk. Look how they exit that space in perfect synchronization. Call Yorkshire TV News and tell them. Meanwhile, in Sheffield, we have a young gentleman displaying perfect execution as he exits the parking lot on the left. Like all good parkers, he has nothing but disdain for cyclists, quite right too. There's an art to perfect parallel parking, and here in Wetherby, we're about to bear witness to something really special. Look at that, perfection. We're in Leeds for our next clip, and this piece of parking is so special, we've captured it on 2 cameras. Look at him, guiding that vehicle like a shepherd guides a border collie. Reminds me of my great uncle Albert, one of the best parkers to take to the roads this side of Pennines. A rarity now, and on the outskirts of Doncaster, this fine Yorkshireman is struggling to pull over and park up. Fortunately, one of his brethren is on hand to aid him. Look at that though, he's so overcome with gratitude, he's chased after that kind soul to offer his thanks. See you next time for more Yorkshire parking news. Mind how you go.
The dictionary definition of a tern is as follows. A seabird related to the gulls, typically smaller and more slender with long pointed wings and... Jeremy, this is the wrong type of tern. Just with your bird jokes. Get out! I've had it with you and your puns. This is a quality comedy show, you total pillock. Sorry about that, viewers. A few HR problems here. Jeremy's chosen to leave and pursue other opportunities. Why don't you check out some drivers literally taking a turn for the worse? Today we're on an entertainment theme with some terrible turns. A very busy crossroads. Luckily, it seems that the traffic lights are working perfectly. Everyone is paying close attention to the road, waiting their chance to turn safely. I think this could be a clip show first for Crash TV, the Holy Grail, an example of excellent driving by everyone involved. Well done, people. Egypt now, and over there on the left is the Great Pyramid of Khufu at Giza. Hang on, that other clip. Sorry, spoke too soon. Of course, even the pyramids aren't safe from consumerism, and these days it's been turned into a petrol station. I hear they charge a fair whack for oil. Oh, it's good to get some quality writing back into the show. In this part of southern Belgium, a local radio breakfast show is running an interactive Where's Wally hunt. Contestants citywide are invited to crash into cars they think are hiding the elusive trickster. And if they're right, he'll jump out, shake their hand and give them 10,000 euros. Great work, guys. Traffic next with Sally. Oh, and by the way, they're also testing the funkiest bus font in the world. Like in the movie Groundhog Day, there's a town near Dusseldorf where these two people have exactly the same crash at exactly the same time of 5:32 p.m. every single day. That's why, when they finally get out of the car, they look so bored. Imagine swapping insurance details with the same person every day for 30 years, until one of you learns a heartwarming life lesson and everyone can move on. To blame or not to blame? That is the question. And on this show, the answer is very much yes. Blame away with gay abandon to your heart's content. But beware, to blame incorrectly could see you with eggs slathered all over your face, and we don't want that. Which is why we developed this handy little game to help you examine the finer details of a road traffic accident. So when you hold someone accountable, you can do so with confidence. Pointy fingers at the ready. Let's play the blame game.
Well, this area looks primed for some redevelopment. A DIY superstore there, a drive-through burger joint there. But we are not here to dish out advice to the local council. We are here to dish out blame. And if we wind back just a tad, you'll see that the white car should have given way. So blame to you, you Burke. Ooh, one of those trampoline parks could work perfectly just over there. Look at that, 4 glorious lanes of tarmac, everyone following the rules, lorries on the inside lanes, drivers overtaking rather than undertaking. It's all wonderfully harmonious. But wait, sadly this vehicular tranquility is about to be disturbed. But who's to blame? Yes, it's you, white car. Blame! You've ruined it for everyone. The moment you tried to undertake, you altered the equilibrium. Also, what the jiggins are you wearing? OK, we're coming up to a junction, so this should all be pretty clear-cut. Or not. Let's wind back a tad. Well, the only signage on offer is this rather redundant no left turn sign, so I am at a loss. I'm going to blame the sign. Yeah, take that sign. I hate you. I hate you with every fibre of my being. She looks sinister. Maybe she's a witch. Anyway, for the final time today, let's point that finger at someone. OK, give way sign, that's good. Everyone waiting patiently. Excellent, the road is clear, and go. Hard to believe there's going to be an accident, isn't it? But it is coming, I assure you. Yep, blame to you, Silver Saloon. You've somehow managed to turn onto the wrong side of the road, but why? It's the witch. The witch made him do it. Burner! Burner! Blame game out. At the end of every highway is a big city waiting to tantalize and tease you with its vibrant nightlife and bustling artisan markets. Oh, God, who writes this stuff? It's not the holiday program in 1982. But the real heroes of these sprawling metropolises are the people designing them. Space managers, road planners, sign placers, and road markers, creating a jungle of urban debris to cause calamities for any dim-witted driver. We salute you, city planners, bloody troublemakers, a lot of them. Let's see what chaos you've unleashed in the city. I thought it was only in action movies where you get to see synchronized car action, but oh no. In the busy city, all you need are a speeding car and an absolute muppet who doesn't know how to use their indicators, et voila! Van drivers, fed up with parking tickets on delivery stops? Why not just park in the middle of junctions instead? Not a yellow line to be seen. City dwellers, why drive your car in a straight line when you can break the mold and slide sideways down the entire street? Get that man in a think tank. He's a genius. A crash in the city. What caused it? A speeder? A truck? A motorcycle? A 4x4? Some public transport? Livestock? A pedestrian? The elements? Or perhaps it was this idiot failing completely to see that massive yellow lorry! Jackpot! It's so easy to make this show, because when we're running low on clips, I just hop in a taxi, get him to drive me around a selection of busy streets, and then, in maximum traffic, I just randomly shout out, "Stop!" It works every time. Job done. Sorry to cut in, but we have some breaking parking news from Barnsley. Over to Jeff.
Thanks, lad. Oh, he's got a tight spot to navigate there. One's going in and another's coming out at exactly the same time. A rare treat, but no one was expecting the side swipe. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Jeff. And another tactic we use when clips are a bit put on the ground is to send someone out to cause distractions on pedestrian crossings. Works every time. Job done. Coming up later on Car Crash TV, we bask in the majesty of some truly cultural car crashing in the art of the automobile and bring a touch of magic to the motorways as the great Car Crashini returns for more Abracadabra. But first, this is a different view than what we're used to. Not a road in sight. Yes, we appear to have strayed onto a building site, but like on the roads, calamity isn't far away. So my question remains the same. What happens next? It'll knock you over. Welcome back to Car Crash TV. So what did happen next? Well, whatever it is, it didn't happen at high speed. So what have we got? A caravan on stilts, health and safety nightmare. A tyre strapped to it, health and safety nightmare. A bunch of guys hanging around a building site without a hard hat between them, health and safety nightmare. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, a health and safety nightmare. And did you see the guy jump out of the crane? Health and safety nightmare. Art is subjective. One man's masterpiece is another man's dead fish in jelly. Yes, I'm looking at you, Mario, from Acropolis Kebabs, Deptford. Art can also be found in the most unexpected of places, too. I myself sketched some excellent drawings in the Gents at Charing Cross Station until the unfortunate misunderstanding with British Transport Police. So we here at Crash TV thought it might be a nice idea to try and find out the artistic quality in otherwise everyday motoring mishaps. This is the art of the automobile.
What a divine image, reminiscent of Turner. See how the pale blue accentuates the horizon, a picturesque glow of orange across the sky, and then the dichotomy of the hideous blue car, a simply delicious piece.
Sold to the lady at the front.
Like Da Vinci's Last Supper, many important pieces of art are focused on symmetry, and here the Swedish sculptor follows that idea with balance and scale.
Do I hear £100,000 for a piece that is definitely not just some bridge we took some pictures of? Sold!
Ladies in Concrete, from up-and-coming Portuguese artist Juarez, and a piece that resonates both femininity and industrial energy supplies.
Nice work, Tony. Did you video that on the way to the office this morning? Sold for £1.2 million to the discerning gentleman at the back. Cash only, please. No refunds.
Next, Bump in the Night, symbolizing modern man's eternal struggle with loneliness. See how the staggered white lines evoke a need to slow down and interact with our fellow humans.
Come on, Tony. You aren't even trying. You just filmed your commute home. Sold to the gullible fool on the right.
I just love the use of green in this next piece, reminiscent of Monet's work. What appears at first glance to be a simple image of grass is actually a metaphor for the warming embrace that Mother Nature offers all around us, even the errant fool who capers in the foreground.
Sold for £50,000. Yes, got it in the station car park for those teenagers last week.
I call this next piece Articulated Misadventure. Note the vibrancy of the colors, the way the greens bounce off the blues, and the ever so subtle hints of yellow that evoke feelings of warmth and comfort inside the viewer. And then the red of the articulated lorry, symbolizing death and the fragility of life.
Sold for £2 million. Yes, got that one forged by the art class in Strangeways. Part of a prison reform initiative, apparently.
And finally, a wonderful example from our old friend Lowry, with another of his series on industrial England in the snow. We see the heavy use of white, the two cars gently clashing, so indicative of the bonds made with others through passing time.
Come on, someone, bid. I want to get to those German paintings of the women with the hairy. Sold for £15 million to the man on the phone, sir. The illusionists of the road are a roguish bunch, creeping around the highways and byways, poised to appear as if by magic. It's tricky to predict when they will strike and where they will come from. But one thing that we can predict is that it'll be from one of two directions, the left or the right. Yes, folks, get ready to be amazed by some motoring magicians and settle in for some more tales of the unexpected. This is Abracadabra! Good evening, my beauties. I am the great Carcrashini, and for my first illusion, I've dimmed the lights for some added atmosphere. The trick, though, stays the same, so pray tell, from where will the magic motor appear? Left or right? Yes, it was the left. Now bring up the house lights, please. That's better. Now for my next trick, I require a portal to another dimension. Ah, there it is up ahead, cunningly disguised as a railway bridge. I'm very good, aren't I? But once we step through the portal, we enter the mirror dimension. So wrap your noggins around this one, left or right? Alakazam, it was the left, or was it the right? I've confused myself. We're back in our normal dimension, I think. I hope. And up in front, the headquarters of the Magic Circle. Somewhere I'm sadly not permitted to enter since that unfortunate incident with my assistant and the swords. But enough of my woes. Left or right, my friends? Abracadabra! It was the left! Which coincidentally was the same leg I accidentally removed from my assistant. Now, I want you to think about a direction, left or right. The name of your first pet and the name of a famous wizard. Alakazam! Yes, left, me, Roy, and Merlin. I've blown your tiny minds, haven't I? I've been the great Carcrashini, and you are most very welcome. Good night. Sometimes I feel like strange things are happening. It's just rules, 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 rules. I'm 56 years old, Mom. I can't stay out as long as I want. And it seems like I'm not the only one who's fed up of being told what to do. These modern motorists seem to be sick of being dictated to as well, and I, for one, support them. If you want to drive on the wrong side of the road, go for it. If you feel like ignoring traffic lights, what the heck? If you got the urge to reverse into oncoming traffic, don't look back. Literally, viva la revolution, I say. Of course, we here on Crash TV would never condone such behavior. All we ask is that if you are going to commit such four-wheeled faux pas, please make sure someone's recording it. That way, we can put all your rebellious misdemeanors in a little package like this one coming up next and give it a little snazzy title, something along the lines of Go Your Own Way. Keep off the grass? We'll see about that. That's right, stick it to the man. Although, I'm not sure they thought this through, as here comes the groundsman and he looks livid. I'm not surprised that turf's gonna need completely relaying.
Hey, you, come here.
Here we are with the gorillas in the mountains of Colombia, and we've moved on to the jungle stage. Former Sandinista Roberto Abracadabra is about to attempt one of his trademark maneuvers, the handbrake turn. That's why they call him Handbrake, you see? It's not a creative nickname, I agree, but at least it's factually correct. There he goes, and it's perfectly executed. A perfect turn. Viva la revolution! Oh, right, I'm not doing this Spanish rubbish anymore. On the hunt for the elusive abominable snowman now, and despite searching left and right, all we've discovered is some abominable driving. What a letdown. I don't care what anyone says. It doesn't matter how old you are, or how in control of your own body you think you might be. When you gotta get some cheesy quavers, you gotta have some cheesy quavers. Which explains why that fella's in such a rush to get to that service station. Ah, Blackpool, the Golden Mile. Though this year the illuminations have been done on a budget, so they've lost their usual gravitas. Still, at least we can pull over and enjoy some decent fish and chips. But there's only 2 pieces of haddock left, and word's got out. Looks like I'll have to settle for a Savoy. Never feel like you're not in control. If you think your life is heading in the wrong direction, it's never too late to turn around and go the other way. Oh, smartly done. Brilliantly U-turned. And safe, too. Sometimes in life, you see people driving like complete idiots and you think, why do they never get their comeuppance? Thankfully, this isn't one of those occasions.
What do you do when you realise your pesto marinara is going to burn? The high-speed handbrake turn, of course. Get back home quick, save the pesto. Cooking doesn't get tougher than this.